What's up, everybody, and welcome to Around the Monitor for the week of December 4th. I'm your host, Zach, and this is the weekly gaming news talk show where every point you make in the discussion is a point towards winning. Here we talk through the week's news in gaming. Whoever has the most points at the end of the show wins. Remember, you can watch the show live on twitch.tv/KingKaiser, where you can vote along and influence the scores of the show. But if you can't catch it live, don't worry, we post a VOD up on our YouTube the very next day, as well as on podcast services. Joining me once again, we've got the world's #1 Psychonauts fan, David.
I officially turned old last week, so that's cool.
We've got the Ace Attorney, Pridge.
Good evening, everyone.
We've got the Bushido Blade Master, Chris.
What? Okay, sure. I made tuna melts for this stream.
Oh! And we've got the Hockey Sticks and Sickler self, Elise.
Catch me in the Deep Stone Crypt.
That is
Is that
a
a WoW
Destiny
reference?
reference, I think.
Oh,
Destiny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
we
know
go.
for sure that wasn't a WoW reference.
I should know that. I play that game.
But we always start the show with a trivia question to determine the order.
Fuck.
Back in the popular zeitgeist is Pokemon cards. After all these years, they finally are relevant again. For those of us who may or may not have grown up with them, we will remember the holographic Charizard card being the most valuable Pokemon card at its time. I know back in the day it was worth $120. Now it is worth considerably more. My question to you all is
$40,000 US.
going on. I'm looking on.
Oh, you said it so fast. I was like, no.
Going on Heritage Auctions, America's #1 auction house.com. How much is it going for?
Yeah, $40,000.
I'm gonna go 5K.
5K, considerably undercutting.
I'll go 10,000.
Oh, okay. I'll go. So give me 15. 15,000.
15. Okay. Correct answer is $11,999.
Okay. Yeah, I thought
Okay.
I thought I was going too high because I know Mox Jets only go for 6,000. That's a pretty expensive card, but people love like Pokemon.
I think I'm last.
Yes, you definitely are. I believe the correct order
Right.
is Pridge, followed by Chris, followed by Elise, followed by David.
Mhm.
Let's look at this week's news topics. We've got the Saudi Arabia's crown prince, yes, the guy who had the journalist murdered, is seemingly buying SNK, the video games
Good job.
company. Super Nintendo World is officially opening February 2021. We got some more footage and pictures of the theme park. Fortnite is, it leaked earlier this week that Kratos is going to be in the game, and apparently now also Master Chief. What does this mean for Fortnite? Is it now the Smash Brothers of
Video games.
Battle Royale? Oh, yeah, all video games, exactly. Xbox Series S has been now apparently can be used to play PlayStation 2 games. Microsoft acquires the esports website Smash.gg. People are
Can we just say that is a fantastic website name?
Great.
It's
Way
very
better, way
good.
better than Blitz.gg or OP.gg.
People are selling PlayStation 4 users the PlayStation Plus collection and now being banned for it. Side note, if somebody wants to buy a PlayStation 4, pay me to put the PlayStation Plus collection on their PlayStation 4, I will do it for you. Don't ban me though, please, PlayStation. Counter-Strike esports player says that he's been offered thousands of dollars to fix matches for
The World Series never dies.
Hey, let's talk about that Twitch trend to film yourself opening Pokemon cards. Marvel's Avengers has reportedly cost Square Enix $67 million. Speaking of Square Enix, it has now offered its employees a permanent work-from-home option. Travis Scott reportedly made $20 million for his appearance in a Fortnite concert. And last but not least, the WWE's crackdown on wrestler Twitch accounts is getting ridiculous. It's actually been ridiculous, but
I mean, they fired Zelina Vega over it.
but they the news just keeps coming on that story. So I figured Chris here would love to talk about it.
Fuck you.
But first off is going to be Pridge. What would you like to talk about for the first topic of the show?
So I'm going to take it from the top, and I'm going to start right out with the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia.
I made notes for this category. Fuck.
Trivia question.
He was so close too. It was only a 1,000 off. Take it away.
Okay, so this seems kind of odd if you just look at a first glance at it.
Mhm.
Why is the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman, buying a video game company?
Mm-hmm.
But actually, if you look back at something we talked about a few months ago, this actually isn't as surprising.
Huh.
And what I'm referring to is, if anyone remembers the LEC sponsorship of Neom,
Yes.
the company building the
Oh.
super city in Saudi Arabia, that
Very
was
good.
also being funded by the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. And I remember he wants this to be a smart city, with all smart technology, and he has some interest in esports being a part of this city.
Mhm.
I don't know if that means like he wants to build a stadium there or something like that,
Mhm.
but it was mentioned that he has some desire to have tech and video games be an aspect of that Neon project.
Mm.
So I think this is something that is actually in the same vein of that, LEC sponsorship,
Mhm.
is he clearly has a pointed interest in video games of some sort,
Mhm.
and I do believe that's related to the super city that they're committing human rights violations to build. Again, on the small scale, this is again not a good thing. Yeah, to call the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia controversial is the understatement of maybe not the century, but it is certainly a hell of an understatement.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we all know he had that Washington Post journalist killed. We all know it. You know it. I know it. People who say they don't know it also know it. Definitely not the only time he's had someone killed. And again,
assuredly.
We talked about the Neom issue and how they're kicking the indigenous people of that area out of their homes to build their city.
Mm-hmm.
So this is actually worse than like being bought by Tencent. This is like that to an extra exponential degree of bad.
Literally being purchased by a dictator.
Right, like Tencent's a bad company who owns too much, and is again way too much. It almost feels like it's a good Chinese government entity, but this is literally just a dictator who likes to assassinate people buying a video game company. It's not going to mean anything for those games, for the average player. I don't think he's going to suddenly start changing how King of Fighters works or anything, but this is definitely bad. You should not sell your companies to dictators. But this is definitely not as weird as it sounds on paper, because this Crown Prince guy definitely has some video game esports related plans for his future super city built on blood and crimes.
In the next King of Fighters, we'll see Terry Bogard commit war crimes.
Can I point out like one line in this article?
Yeah.
He made the purchase through his youth-focused MISK charity.
Dave, I do want to cut you off. Zach, can I do something on precedent here? And can I just take this category as for my next category?
Oh, sure. Okay.
Okay. So, fun fact about me: before I went into production, I went to journalism school. I actually wanted to be a journalist that covered the Middle East. That was like at one point my goal in life, to the point where I learned Arabic in college. This is all true.
I did not know this about you.
I know.
I know. It's completely different from the life I have, so it doesn't come up.
What?
So I know a lot about Saudi Arabia. Couple things to understand here. So Crown Prince Salman is he's a ruler of like a couple halves. First of all, authoritarian and a murderer.
Mm-hmm.
You're familiar. He killed Jamal Khashoggi. He exiled his cousin from the country because he didn't want him horning in on power. Bad person. But a huge part of his like political scene in Saudi Arabia, other than ruthless authoritarianism, is he actually models himself as a progressive.
Mm-hmm.
I know it sounds wild, but that includes like he brings a lot of civil liberties that are like just basic human shit in other countries to Saudi Arabia, as like a look at this thing we're doing, look how progressive we are. This has included crap like opening the first movie theaters, allowing the first concert to be performed in the country, allowing women to be on a stage. That's not a joke. Letting women drive without being lashed. That's a big thing. And allowing the WWE to perform there, which previously would not have been allowed for multiple reasons, primarily because it involved people taking off their shirts. Great country.
Really progressive guy.
Oh yeah, I know. So all this shit was illegal not too long ago. But so there's a significant part of purchasing SFK that is that it's there's a significant chance that purchasing SNK is part of that. I think it's quite possible that he wants to bring some amount of the gambling holdings that SNK has into the country because casinos are big money, and Neon, the city, is going to permit gambling in there. So that sort of ties into canoeing.
Gotcha.
To purchasing. But I actually think there is a small chance that he would use part of SNK to produce a Saudi Arabia's first video game, very similar to how China did that 10 years ago or so.
Mhm.
And I think that would tie more into the fact that in the thing that Dave was noting, that he highlighted this as this is purchased via not the Crown Prince's personal government part, but it was purchased as part of his MSTKI charity, which is for building the next generation of Saudi Arabian youth. So it could be kids like video games. So regardless, I'm interested to see how this all develops. There's also a significant chance that, hey, he's a rich person. Sometimes you just need more money. And video game and / pachinko gambling companies make money.
Mhm.
But I'm really hoping that isn't the case, and he's actually very similar to how he was with WWE, just a huge King of Fighters fan, because I would love in King of Fighters 15 to body a dictator.
Wow, that was again, had no idea that you knew about all this stuff.
I could talk about this for 4.5 hours.
That was
Which is
fascinating.
why I wanted this category so badly.
Also, good points on SNK's other holdings, because I was gonna say, if he wanted to get into video games, why wouldn't he buy a company that's actually relevant?
Well, SNK is cheap, and I think that honestly, I could see for the same reasons him just buying Konami, but SNK is affordable and Konami is not.
Yeah,
I don't care. He's a insanely rich person, but you
Insanely.
can't blow half the bank on Konami of all things. Or Konami, they're fucking terrible. I would rather buy SNK than Konami. You kidding me?
Hunt,
SNK at least makes video games.
At least they're somewhat well managed.
Hunt in the chat does say Windjammers, which, you know what? Fuck, I love me some Windjammers.
Hey, Will, fuck off. Nobody cares about Windjammers.
Windjammers kicks ass. Fuck you.
No, a lot of people get Windjammers. It's a great game. Great
It
fucking
is so
game.
good. Elise,
Terrible name.
get us out of Saudi Arabia. What would you like to talk about
Please.
for the third topic? Of the show?
Let's go from dictators to criminals.
Same difference, right?
Elise, if you had somehow worked in dictator stick pics there,
What?
Where would that have come in?
I don't know. It would have been very funny though.
I was like, what
Hey,
topic has to
hey,
do with
We're going to talk about match fixing in Counter-Strike.
it? Hey,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
So this Counter-Strike, obviously an old game / series, has been around for a long time, and pretty much its entire lifespan has been a major competitive game, major esport. It's what, the second, third most popular esport in the world?
I
After League?
believe second.
Yeah, after League, I think it's before Dota. I could be wrong there, but and over the course of its history has had many match fixing scandals. There's been things about trading skins if you lose this game, or just have $500 to throw this match, and most of these have been found out. Many players have been banned. It's definitely been a problem in the past, and this is just a Kotaku article coming out that one player has spoken up about this, has said he's been offered thousands of dollars on many of his matches to throw the game, to fix the match. And they've said basically that over the last year, over the pandemic, because sports betting has died down, because sports don't exist, at least most of them, and because esports have gone fully online, because again, pandemic, you can't really fit 1,000 people in a room, or even 10 people in a room most of the time, and get all the logistics of that going when there's a pandemic around. That's made it seemingly, at least to people who bet on these things, people who would be involved in paying someone to throw a match,
Mm-hmm.
makes it easier to fix, makes it easier to cheat, or to, do one thing or another without, real life people being able to see, right around you what's going on. So
That's actually a
all
good
these
point.
factors are combined to make, this is one person saying he hasn't done it, but on many of his matches, he's been offered thousands of dollars to throw the match. What that means to me is that most Counter-Strike players have been offered this much money, and we don't know how much this has actually happened. And yeah, the Victoria police are getting involved, and because this is legitimate match fixing,
Yeah.
like gambling fixing. So
Now my question is, how long till we get a movie where Bruce Willis plays an esports gamer and he gets paid by Marcellus Wallace to throw a fight, and then he actually bets everything and wins the fight, and then drives off with his girlfriend on a
No,
motorcycle?
it's not gonna be Bruce Willis. It'll be Shia LaBeouf, the replacement in the Die Hard series, man.
Oh,
Wait, did they really replace him with Shia LaBeouf?
Well, they didn't replace him, but they were like grooming it, and then it just
they did
didn't
it. They
happen.
did it. Indiana Jones, also with Shia LaBeouf.
Also, Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, that's wild. Ugh.
Just for the 2 cents of I work for a gambling company. Yeah, people fix esports matches all the fucking time.
Jeez.
Yeah, a lot of shit's developed over like the COVID times, because as Lee said, there are less sports on TV, therefore less sports to bet on, and gambling addicts need to gamble, so they find another way.
Mm.
Also, money launderers who use gambling services, which there's a lot of.
yeah.
Jeez Pete's there is. David, what would you like to talk about for your first topic of the show?
Let's talk about Fortnite, I guess.
I guess.
I guess.
If we have to.
Second most popular game in the world. Whatever.
Whatever, man. No. So Fortnite's not my jam, but like honestly, for most people, Fortnite's pretty fucking cool, and I respect that. Like it does a lot of things. It's turning into this massive crossover series of games. So recently we've had like Avengers and Marvel, we have Mandalorian now. And there have been a couple leaks this week of both God of War's Kratos and Halo's Master Chief coming to Fortnite.
Really quick.
So we've got. Okay, go ahead.
It kills me every time you say Kratos, because you're such a Tales of Symphonia fan. You say Kratos, but in the game he is Kratos.
He's Kratos, but in my mind he's Kratos because I played Tales first.
I do the same thing.
Anyways, please
I
go
call
on.
him
So,
Kratos.
sorry, God of War fans. I like the game. I just say the name wrong. My bad. But I think what's happening is Fortnite's trying to still be that bridge the gap of systems and crossplay and all that. I'm honestly a little surprised Sony's playing ball and letting them use probably Kratos on their. We'll see. I'm very interested to see if these are going to be
Platform
exclusive to each console,
Yeah.
or if they're all just trying to get in on this pot of like people who don't have your system, but this is cool sort of thing. It's very interesting. I imagine all this announcement bullshit for these will come during Game Awards next week.
Yes.
I anticipate a moment very similar to Sean Layden, Phil Spencer, and Reggie getting on stage, except it's gonna be in Fortnite. We got fucking Doug Bowser, still Phil Spencer, and who the fuck runs PlayStation now? Herman Holst,
You
Jim
could have
Ryan.
him.
I hope it's Herman, not Jim Ryan.
I hope
Jim
they
Ryan
play. I
has
hope
the-
they play a full game and Reggie just fucking or not Reggie. Phil just mops the fucking floor with these goddamn casuals.
Of course he will, dude. He's fucking Master Chief. He's got a gun.
Okay, so like with all the do these characters actually like change Fortnite's gameplay, or is this just
No,
like fancy
not really.
cosmetics?
It's just
Is this
skins.
really just like fancy cosmetics?
It's just
Primarily fancy cosmetics. The Marvel
Okay.
stuff in the past has actually changed gameplay. Like when they did the Infinity War stuff,
skins.
they actually had a game mode built around getting the Infinity Gauntlet and becoming Thanos and
That's
fucking
true.
people up.
That's true,
So
the last season
could
just
be.
ended, and they had a whole event where you could fight
Galactus,
Galactus. Yeah, which actually
Yeah.
was the most popular event in Fortnite history, and it had 15 million concurrent players, which is
Jesus
wild.
That's fucking
Christ.
wild.
Video games are big.
The skins themselves, those are just cosmetic. They just often have an event built around it that is not only cosmetic.
Does anyone happen to know, do they pay the companies for these skins or just some sort of mutual agreement?
We
thing?
don't know
Like
what
We don't.
I would imagine it would be they would get a share of the cuts. But
Yeah,
it
share of the
could be
skin
a
probably,
flat
but I
fee,
assume.
but I think they would probably go for a
I imagine
percentage.
it depends.
True,
Because
true.
like some of them might just be like, "This is great marketing."
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
honestly,
we'll pay you to make a skin for us or something.
Fortnite should totally be like, we're the most popular video game in the world. Don't look at League of Legends. Give us money.
And I think that's what they're doing, honestly. And that's what's happening here. I think Nintendo's probably. God, is Nintendo gonna fucking play ball with this?
That's the
I
big
don't think so.
question.
That Samus one seems outrageous to me.
Well,
I don't
yeah.
think Nintendo plays ball with Fortnite.
Here's the thing.
Why the
everyone's
fuck
saying-
would they?
Guys. Think about it. So we got these Fortnite characters. They're all like, average like height. So Mario's automatically fucking out here.
Yes, you
We
can't
can't get a lanky ass Mario. We
Okay,
can't get Luigi.
also, they're not gonna let Mario shoot people.
You know who they might let shoot people? Hear me out here. Waluigi.
Okay.
Oh,
They'll
I did not think
okay.
about
Mario
Mario
shoot
the purple bastard man.
They're like, oh, we don't fucking care about this character anyway. Sure, put him in your fucking game.
Just get me Waluigi in there. Let Waluigi do the stanky leg in Fortnite, and then call it a day.
If Waluigi goes to Fortnite before Smash, it would actually be the funniest thing ever.
That is perfect. That's peak Waluigi.
Yep.
Going back around in the order, Pridge, what would you like to talk about for your second topic of the show?
All right, do you guys want me to say something nice about Square Enix or dunk on Square Enix? I'm talking about Square Enix. What direction do you want me to go with Square Enix?
When have I ever wanted anything nice about Square Enix? Literally ever. Take them to fucking church.
All right, on Chris's wise words. Guess what? Marvel's Avengers isn't selling that well.
Yeah, get them.
Who would have thought?
So, pretty much everyone on this show was pretty skeptical that Marvel's Avengers was going to do well. At least on release. We had some varying opinions on whether it could improve itself later, but there was a pretty unanimous view that it was not going to do well on release. Guess what? It has not done well on release. It has not made up its development costs, and Square Enix's current loss is 67 million on it, or 7 billion yen.
No, that's a lot of yen.
That's an impressive loss, and again, not a surprising loss because for some reason that this game just didn't look good. And don't get me wrong, there's still some chance for this to come back. It's not even out on it's not out on PS5 or Xbox Series X yet. That is coming next year, and they are going to keep adding DLC characters. But this is failing even more than I had expected.
67 million is a huge amount of money.
It's a colossal fail.
Yeah.
And I'm honestly I'm really curious how they messed this up this badly. Because yeah, sure, this is a little after the Endgame movie, so they didn't hit Marvel during its peak popularity, but Marvel's and the Avengers are still very much in the vogue. This should have been, I'm not going to say a slam dunk, but this should have been an easy sell, and yet it just wasn't. I don't know if it has to do with them not being able to get the actual characters' likenesses. I don't know if they just didn't advertise it right, but it's just, it's honestly impressive how they weren't able to be like, Avengers, everyone loves this right now. You'll play a game on it, right? And everyone's like, no, not really.
I think
No.
they also kind of got hurt by, everybody got hurt by COVID this year, but
Well, yeah, of course.
because of
Money
COVID,
got hurt by COVID this year.
there literally wasn't, there has been no new Marvel movie this year, right? That's released.
This is gonna be like the first year in over a decade that there was not a new Marvel movie released.
Buck wild. I think that kind of helped the series kind of fall out of the cultural zeitgeist, but definitely the appearances of the characters just feel like off-brand and
Yeah, they really do
There's-
look like they got discount. Like I'm again, the article has a screenshot. They're trying to do the characters from the movies, but it's not their likeness. So it
Mhm.
looks like bargain bin Chris Evans and bargain
Yeah.
bin Scarlett Johansson, and
yeah.
it is there is cognitive dissonance there in that you're trying to do it, but you can't do it.
Yeah, I feel like if they would have gone
Again-
in a very different direction, then maybe it would have been like, oh, okay, this is a different universe. But
Right.
it,
Yeah, I feel like also there is a measure of like to the hurting of like the people caring about Marvel. Like, when you do a finale movie, people tend to be like, "Okay, that chapter is done.
it's
I'm moving
over.
on."
Yeah, that is true. That they didn't hit it at its peak.
Mhm.
They
Yeah.
literally hit it after most of these actors are done being in Marvel movies.
Mhm.
Like obviously, Chris Hemsworth still got Love and Thunder and Guardians 3. Who knows if ScarJo will get another Black Widow prequel movie or something? But they did hit this after Chris Evans and Robert Downey are like, now we're done. Now
We're done.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah. It's
So yeah, just impressive failure. Not surprising. Not surprising that it failed. Surprising that it failed this badly.
It should be noted they did sell over 3 million copies of the game, which is nothing to sneeze at. But their budget, I believe, was $200 million to make the game, and they are nowhere near making that back. So
They put way too much money into this.
Yeah.
Damn.
yeah.
Oh, apparently
Anyways.
that Kratos Fortnite skin's out now. By the way,
The Kratos skin,
so
you
it's,
mean?
it's
Yeah.
no longer. Yeah, it's no longer rumor. It's out.
If you didn't take away a point of this motherfucker for this repeated pronunciation bullshit, you deserve to lose your job.
I'm
what? There
sorry
you go.
that I like the better game with the same name. In
that is very
Wow.
debatable. I understand it's a very good game, but
Wow.
God of War 2018 is fantastic.
I'll take 2018, but the previous 4 games,
Yeah,
5
that's
if we're
fine, that's
including
fine.
PSP, get fucked.
Chris, get us out of this conversation.
Well, man, pretty just sniping on my topics this week.
Yeah.
But this time I'll snag the other thing I'm qualified to talk about, which is the WWE.
Okay.
All right. So WWE doesn't like when people unionize. And in fact, they don't like. They're like an abusive spouse, and they don't like if they're independent contractors who do not receive health care, by the way. Are when they try to make money doing things that aren't wrestling for the WWE. So basically, all right. So in 1940,
What the fuck?
Bruno Sammartino tried to take the NWA title, and they broke his fucking legs. So Vince McMahon Sr. said, "Fuck you guys, we're making our own wrestling federation. I'm never trusting unions ever again," because the NWA was basically a union of wrestlers, which then caused the whole thing. Don't worry about it. And Vince McMahon Jr. hates unions because of that. Yeah, I don't worry about it.
Wow.
And he's so paranoid and been proved right for so long that he can do whatever he wants with like abusing the independent contractor clause like my employer does.
Let me just throw that one in.
That he basically decided if you are using a WWE likeness for your Twitch page, you can't because and everyone's like, okay, fine, I'll use my own personal name. I won't use my WWE name. And he's then that was fine for a hot minute. And then he was like, haha, it is a WWE owned likeness. Your face in video games because we pay you for WWE 2K, whatever the fuck. So you can't stream on Twitch because you're using WWE video game intellectual property to stream on Twitch to make money via video games, which is flagrant bullshit.
Wait,
and
wait,
would not.
wait. So you're
What?
saying they're not playing the WWE video games, but by them
No, no,
being
no.
themselves.
That's Vince's justification as to why you can't be streaming and like making money.
That is
on
some mental
Twitch.
gymnastics there.
Now they're not enforcing that as the rule of we will fire you if you do that. What they're saying is we're gonna be mad at you if you do that, and then we'll find other reasons to fire you because you're an independent contractor. We can do what we like.
Jeez, oh Pete.
Because the WWE is one of the most corrupt companies that has ever existed in the history of mankind.
So corrupt they'll do business with Saudi Arabia
Saudi Arabia.
dictator.
Which brings me to my final point.
Oh no!
If
Wait,
this
what?
is not enough of a fucking reason to boycott the WWE, I remind you, they did 2 blood money shows in Saudi Arabia for the Crown Prince, in which several of the WWE superstars were held hostage.
Wait, literally?
They were.
I did read about that. Yes.
It's iffy. Yes is the answer, though. They were held on a plane while Vince and the Saudi prince got into an argument. Vince, by the way, who had already left the country because he knew there was problems with leaving his employees. I'm sorry, independent contractors. Stranded on a Saudi airstrip with no way of getting home.
What?
Boycott
Wow.
the WWE.
Hey,
Wow.
Chris.
I watch an inordinate amount of wrestling. I have not paid the WWE a red cent in the year of 2020 because they are corrupt bastards.
Wow.
Chris.
Go watch AEW, dude.
I
Quick
do
question.
every week.
I
Yes,
meant
hold on.
like when I said
Bridge.
dude, I meant like everyone watching.
Yeah, it's free on YouTube. Go ahead, Bridge.
Has wrestlers being declared independent contractors, has that been litigated? Do you know?
So the problem is that they would have to be a relatively big class action suit, and it has come up before in the past, particularly with the what do you call it, the CTE, that's the term, right, for the concussions.
yeah, yes.
There's a huge concussion lawsuit against them for unprotected chair headshots, but enough people came forward on the WWE defense side, company shills, basically saying, "Oh, if we were ever injured, he paid for all the medical expenses." Which, to Vince McMahon's credit, yes, that is true, but it's only because he would fucking have to. No is the short of it, though, because he's always gotten away with it. But if there was enough of a unionized class action lawsuit against him, he'd probably lose. But he doesn't allow unions because he fires people.
That's what I was thinking. Like, I studied employment law like multiple times in law school. There's no way they're independent contractors.
No, it's ridiculous.
That argument would get obliterated in court.
Yeah, it's
They're
insane,
employees
but-
110%.
No, yeah, it's ridiculous, but it's insane that he's gotten away with this long because they are.
He has
legally,
no legal grounds to defend that argument.
Yeah,
and
it's amazing.
I could
Oh,
go to court
no.
and win that
Pridge?
case.
No,
Pridge,
Pridge, you see,
You gotta
he
sue
does-
WWE.
Well,
That's good content.
The thing is that every time this almost happens and almost happens legitimately, settle out of court.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah, I was
you
gonna
can't.
say-
Well, you can't buy me because I'm vindictive.
Yeah.
Pridge, I was gonna say, there is one way it is legal, and it's called money.
Yeah, well, there you go.
If
The-
you're rich,
So,
you can do whatever
so
the
with,
fuck
with
you want.
with my wrestling knowledge and Priz's law knowledge, we will sue Vince
We
McMahon.
will single-handedly take down Vince McMahon.
Yeah, legitimately,
take down Vince McMahon.
RK fan in the chat says it. Just imagine all the attention around the monitor would get. I think we gotta start file a lawsuit against Vince
All right,
McMahon.
I'll look at. I'll here, Chris. Point me in the direction of some wrestlers who want to do this. I'll talk to them. I'll be like, hey, I've never litigated before. Can I sue Vince McMahon for you?
Chris-
Wrestlers who hate Vince McMahon. Oh, let me just type that into Google. Oh no, my computer's on fire.
Chris, you watch wrestling. You that means you personally know wrestlers. You can contact. You can put Pridge in contact with them.
I actually do personally know 2 wrestlers.
There
I
we
went
go.
to high school with one.
All right, we're on the right path.
Speaking of the right path,
This is gonna be great.
Elise, what would you like to talk about for your topic?
I think I'm gonna talk about Pokemon cards.
Hey,
Hell yeah.
everybody loves those pocket monsters.
Everybody loves those pocket monsters. Yeah, this is a long article, but it's pretty simple. Twitch has decided, and by Twitch I mean people who stream on and watch Twitch, not Twitch the company,
Mhm.
has decided that their new favorite thing is opening Pokemon cards. I believe this started, this craze started with Logan Paul of all people.
Oh God.
At least that's where I can track it back to. Logan Paul has been basically, he became a Pokemon card YouTuber, and seems to be happy doing that. A couple weeks ago, he bought a first edition box set for like $30,000 or some shit.
Jeez.
A lot of fucking money.
Oh my God.
And opened that on camera. And from what I can tell, that set off Twitch and YouTube people to be like, "Yo, let's fucking go."
That's
Yeah, I like
content.
I want that. I want those numbers because
Mhm,
he got a lot of fucking like viewers on that.
mhm.
So Twitch people have been like, opening up first edition box sets, opening up first edition packs. Someone found a holographic Dark Charizard, which goes for $9,000.
Jeez Louise.
People are finding the first edition cards that go for thousands and thousands of dollars these days. And look, I think card collecting is stupid.
Get him.
I'm not saying the people who collect cards are stupid. I just think as an institution, the fact that it exists is stupid. I have nothing against the people. They're fine.
Okay. So you don't hate the players, but you do hate the game.
Exactly. That's it. I also think Pokemon is my favorite of the collectible card games.
There we go.
I think it is better than Magic and is better than Yu-Gi-Oh.
Damn.
Oh God.
This is a controversial opinion, but listen, Pokemon has a lot of interactivity. There's a lot of ways you can build a deck out of the Pokemon cards you like, and then also they're Pokemon. Who doesn't like Pokemon?
There we go. I couldn't have said it better myself. This man's got
That's fair.
this one's got a great argument here. Friggin' Pokemon, best dang thing there is.
So basically what I'm saying is if you want to get big on Twitch right now, spend $5,000 on Pokemon cards and open them. That's all you gotta do.
Spend
Just
money.
have $5,000.
All right. So how much can we pull to buy a Pokemon card pack?
See, I could contribute to that. I won't.
Yeah, I'm not funding your loot box addiction. Your IRL loot box addiction.
This is just gambling addiction streamed on fucking Twitch, dude.
Hey,
Yeah, we
people
can
love that.
just stream DraftKings. I'm in New Jersey. They can't stop me.
Arcade Fan says Critical was opening Yu-Gi-Oh card packs back in April, but started Pokemon cards a few months ago. Critical.
Yeah, and he gets a fuck ton of views.
He also has this crippling gambling addiction.
Yes, he does.
Oh, does he actually? Is that a thing?
No, he just loves opening like loot boxes and packs and shit like that, which is
No.
a gambling addiction. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's affecting his real life, as his girlfriend showed during one of his streams.
Oh shit.
no.
Well, David, would you like to talk about the final topic of the show?
I would like to talk about old PlayStation games. Which topic is that? Who knows?
There's only one topic, right?
There's technically two.
Okay.
So people are selling PlayStation 4 users the PlayStation Plus collection and getting banned for it.
Mm.
Now, if you're not familiar with what the PlayStation Plus collection is, if you have PlayStation Plus, which is just PlayStation's version of Xbox
Game Pass.
No, not Game Pass.
Oh, live.
Live, yeah, it's Xbox Live. Basically, you get to play online, and every month they give you a set of free games you can redeem.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. With the PlayStation 5 coming out, if you have PlayStation Plus and you have a PlayStation 5, you can redeem the PlayStation Plus collection, which is basically a bunch of really popular, really high-selling PlayStation exclusive games that you can redeem one by one to your account. So what people are doing is they're selling PS4 users the chance to log in to their PS5. That's all they're doing. They're like, yo, log into my PS5, redeem PS Plus collection. You get 15, 20 games, easy peasy. Yeah, PlayStation doesn't like that.
I don't see why not.
That's giving away games they could charge money for or get a PlayStation 5 purchase for, even though they don't have any more to sell. So, I mean, whatever. But yeah, PlayStation doesn't like that. They're banning the users that are purchasing the PlayStation 5 collection and also banning the people selling the PlayStation 5 collection. Get fucked. This is what happens when you do stupid shit in a digital marketplace. Congratulations. Did you think you'd get away with this, you stupid motherfuckers? You were wrong. That's not happening. However, if you want to illegally play PlayStation games while not getting banned, go over to the Xbox Series S or X, install some, I think it's RetroArch or Retro Arcade or something, emulating software. Arch. Fuck, I'll just pronounce everything wrong this episode. I don't give a shit.
And then you can
Install
play
that
God of War
RetroArch
2 with Kratos. I can't say it wrong. It's impossible.
With Krampus.
Krampus.
I don't even know which way I'm saying it. Is it Kratos or Kratos?
It's Kratos is the correct pronunciation.
Oh no, okay, so it's Kratos. All right. So yeah, basically, if you want to just play old PlayStation games, which is what all of the stuff in the PlayStation Plus collection is, just buy a Series X or S and install some emulating software on the OS, and problem solved. You can play PlayStation 2 games, easy peasy, and you don't get banned. Because what does Xbox care if you play fucking pirated PlayStation games on their system? So what
now,
that's great for them.
You think they would care about that, actually?
Why? You still bought the fucking box.
That's true, I guess, but you're not buying more games.
And you're pirating PlayStation money. You're not giving Sony money.
And let's be real, if you're going that out of your way to buy a fucking $600 PlayStation 2 emulator, you could have bought a PlayStation 2 for far less than that.
That's a very good point, actually.
So like, you're probably gonna buy some Xbox games too. So you know what, people, you want to pirate some PlayStation games or like illegally acquire them? Fucking buy an Xbox. Don't pay people for PlayStation Plus collection.
Here on the monitor, we're pro piracy.
Really quick, we are not pro piracy, at least.
No, we're not.
I am.
Okay.
I am.
Yeah, at least give us that. At least told us all to mod our 3DSs so we can play old DS games.
Listen, Elise has made her stance on piracy very clear. David, Pridge, and Elise, it's time to go home and become family men because this week's winner is Chris.
Oh, it turns out if you talk about two topics you know a lot about, you actually might win this fucking show. You tell me I shouldn't be trying to meme my way to victory every week.
Sometimes it does pay out for you.
Yeah, it's true.
Are you ready for your minute to win it?
Yeah, I'll make. I got it. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Why are you hassling me?
Take it away.
All right. Yeah, screw the WWE. Don't give Vince McMahon any of your goddamn money. And you really shouldn't give Tony Khan any of your money, but whatever. At least he's a genuine wrestling fan. AEW, they put out a really great wrestling product if you care to watch it. AEW Dark is free on YouTube every Tuesday, I believe, and then Wednesdays they do their main show, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm just gonna take the rest of my time here to say, hey, around the monitor community, y'all are absolutely kick ass. Thank you guys for supporting all of our dumb bullshit, particularly our very precise and insipid brand of crazy that we bring to you guys every week. We do appreciate the community and genuinely would not be doing this if it wasn't for how awesome all of you are, particularly those of you that join the Discord. Hey, join our Discord. It's really fun. We talk about a lot of bull crap that isn't necessarily video game related all the time, but it's very entertaining. And if you followed our Discord for a while, we have a Pokemon video that has been in the works since February of this year. I am delighted to say that Zach and I are recording it on Saturday. So for a little Christmas present, you're going to get a long, I would say awaited, but long, not believed it was ever going to actually happen video. Thank you.
Yeah, I am personally very excited to record this.
This train wreck.
Yeah, the script is really fantastic, so look forward to watching it.
It will come out before the end of the year.
You gotta stop promising that. I don't believe it. It is very, very, very long. Important things to plug this week. We meaning me, Pridge, and friend of the show, Wes, have started a new series on playing through the Ace Attorney games, or at least the first one, with legal counsel from an actual lawyer, Pridge. Me and Wes doing the voice acting. It's a lot of fun. Come see how poorly represented the legal system is in a Japanese anime game about being a lawyer. Fun fact, it's very poorly represented, but it's a good time. Also, I think we haven't done the show in a while, so check out the video I did on Woodfall Temple from Majora's Mask, break down all the overt references to Mayan and Aztec cultures, which there are many in that temple. Oh, next week, we're not going to have a normal show again because it is the actual Game Awards. Come join us as we play, assumedly, a drinking game to the Game Awards, which will almost certainly leave Pridge not being able to remember who or what he is or was when he has to phone into work the very next day.
I might request off. This is gonna be a nightmare.
I watched 40 minutes of that night last year.
Anything else to plug this week?
Around the controller tomorrow.
Oh yeah, duh.
Ah, damn it.
What's the topic for this one again?
Our topic of the week is: are remakes diminished pieces of art?
The next topic is going to be our games of the year, right?
Oh, we haven't actually done that.
We'll see how it lines up. I was gonna wait till beginning of 2021 for that.
Fair. So we can play Cyberpunk.
Yeah,
I would appreciate that actually.
So that was my plan. So I don't know what the episode after that'll be, but
Christmas
the
special.
Episode tomorrow is definitely our remakes diminished pieces of art. Should be interesting. We had Final Fantasy VII remake. We got the Resident Evil.
This is going to be a nightmare of semantics.
RK fan in the chat. Very good jokes. I think you mean diminished pieces of art.
What kind of idiot would mess
You're
that
a
up?
piece of shit.
You get him, RK fan. You absolutely roast him.
Until next time, this has been Around the Monitor.